Okay. Let's see here. What's today? Today is February 7th. We are 3 weeks out from the Oscars, and today is actually the Super Bowl. But what am I doing here? I'm changing Oscar predictions. That's what I'm doing during the Super Bowl. I'm not watching that. No, just, well, I did watch a little bit of it, and then I thought, well, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge professional football guy. College football I'll follow pretty well, and then college basketball as well. And then pro basketball, sports isn't my tour de force. So this is Oscar predictions. Anyways, so following last night's big win for the Revenant at DGA, I went ahead and switched up a few categories here. Um, just throughout the whole ballot here on the Oscars. Um, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just go through who I'm betting on at the moment to win. Um, we'll even do Let's go ahead and do the shorts and the documentary, foreign language film, stuff like that. We'll take a look at that too. Okay, so we're gonna start with best live action short film. I have Ave Maria here to win. Yeah, I don't follow the shorts at all, animated or live action, unless I happen to have seen an animated short in front of like a Pixar movie or a Disney movie or whatever, and then documentaries too. Yeah, usually I'll just wait and see them on Netflix or whatever, and then foreign films most of the time too, unless it's like Amour or stuff like that when they get into the Best Picture race, then I'll go ahead and see them. But no, not this time. Yeah, I have Ave Maria here to win this, and a lot of other people do. I'm just kind of going off the word of mouth here for live action short film. For documentary short, Body Team 12 is all I've been hearing all year long, so I went ahead and put that at number one. And I did hear a lot of good word of mouth too on Chow Beyond the Lines, or Cho Behind the Lines. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So yeah, I went ahead and I have that in second place. So yeah, I'm just kind of going with it with the crowd on most of these here. For animated short, I have World of Tomorrow. I've heard Sanjay Super Team is also a competitor here. I'll have to see. Yeah, there's no real precursors or anything here to these short films and to the documentaries, with the exception of documentary feature. They have an award at that, like at PGA, DGA, stuff like that. So yeah, yep. So World of Tomorrow is my pick there. Foreign language film, Son of Saul. I mean, it won at the Globes. It'll probably do they have a foreign? I think they have a foreign language film category at BAFTA. Oh, that's right. They're not nominated at BAFTA. That's right. But yeah, I think everything I've heard is Son of Saul, Son of Saul, Son of Saul all year long, so I'm going to stick with that one. Documentary feature Amy is what I'm going with. It's won just about everything up to this point. Cartel Land won last night though, so they might surprise us, but I don't know if I see much a whole lot of momentum otherwise for that documentary. I mean, Amy was what it made almost 10 million at the domestic box office, and yeah, usually when these docs make money at the box office, that's a good sign that it's probably going to win. All right. We're gonna move on. Animated feature. I think this one's pretty easy. It's gonna be Inside Out. Yeah, nothing can challenge it at this point. Even Anomalisa has just come up short everywhere. So yeah, I think it's Inside Out. Best visual effects. Here we go. Most people are going with Mad Max on this one. I'm sticking with Star Wars. Yeah, the thing with Star Wars, it just won the Visual Effects Guild Award for whatever their main award was for like big special effects, and like not supporting visual effects. You know what I mean. And I think The Revenant won supporting effects. I might be wrong about that one, but yeah, I think The Revenant has an outside shot here to win this, but Mad Max, I would say, has a better shot than Revenant at this point, though. Yeah, so that with that big guild win with Star Wars, plus it's a 900 million and counting film at the domestic box office, now reached $2 billion worldwide. I think with buzz like that, they've got to give it something, and I don't think it'll win. What else is it? It's up for the two sound categories, score, and for editing. I don't think it'll win any of those. So yeah, I think they're going to give it something. It'll probably be visual effects. And but yeah, we do usually see though the visual effects winner is usually a best or not usually has been in the past a best picture winner when they have the visual effects in there. They'll win, but that didn't happen last year. Yeah, Interstellar, that one last year over. Well, I don't think did we have any? No, we didn't have any Best Picture nominees in the visual effects category. So yeah, and then like Hugo winning over Harry Potter and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Um, let's see, what was the other one I'm thinking of? Anyways, yeah. Yeah, so usually, yeah, we'll see a Best Picture winner. I'm gonna go against the boat on that one and say Star Wars. Sound mixing. Okay, this is a big change on my part. I might be crazy here, but I'm gonna go with The Revenant. I'm going with Revenant on this one over Mad Max. I do think that Mad Max. I think they have the sound mixing. What's the guild name on this one? Because they have I think they have a sound for the guilds here for the sound branch or whatever. It's the what do they call it? No, I'm trying to find it here because I think that one's coming up too. In a next weekend is that one or the week after? Yeah, sound mixing. There we go. Yeah, for live action sound mixing, the guilds have just about the same nominees here as the Oscars do. They put in Hateful Eight instead of The Martian, but yeah, I'm starting to think The Revenant might win that too over Mad Max. So yeah, because as I kind of said last time, Revenant has really been surprising us all over the place at the guilds here, like like the Visual Effects Guild, but it was more or less ahead to win that one for supporting visual effects. I mean, The Walk I think was close, but not close enough, obviously, to win. And the Art Directors Guild, I'm gonna have to keep going back to that one throughout the year, the rest of the season here, because nobody saw that one coming for the win for the Revenant. So yeah, so I'm starting to think, you know what, there's another significant change I've made here with the Revenant involving the Revenant, which I'll get to in a minute here. But I'm starting to think this one might be a bigger winner than we thought. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So sound mixing, I think it will be the Revenant. Sound editing, though, I'm going to stick with Mad Max. Yeah, I don't think the Revenant's going to win this one or Star Wars, but those two are close. Yeah, when it comes to sound editing, it's usually the bigger action extravaganzas who win this one. Let's see. We can look at the past here. Yeah, let's see here. Like American Sniper over like Interstellar and Birdman. Gravity winning this when Skyfall and Zero Dark 30 tied. Skyfall was in there. Inception over like True Grit, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that for the win there for Mad Max for sound editing. Original song, I'm gonna go with the Lady Gaga one, "Till It Happens to You." Um, the writings on the wall might be a close second though. It did win the Globe, so we can yeah, we can't rule that out entirely. But I think I mean the song already it's had something of a mediocre reception. I thought it was an all right song, but quite a few people really weren't impressed by it. But maybe that had to do with just coming off of Skyfall. I mean, number one, the movie was Skyfall was fantastic. Spectre, mediocre, and the songs too. I mean, Adele with Skyfall was probably one of the top 10 at least Bond songs we've had ever. So yeah. I still prefer a couple of the Shirley Bassey ones, but whatever. That's just me. I'm an old Bond fan. But still, I would put Skyfall in the top 5 best Bond films ever, though. Definitely. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, I'm going with Lady Gaga on that one. Original score, I'm going with Hateful Eight, but not entirely confidently. It did win the Globe. This will be a real historic chance for Ennio Morricone to finally win a competitive Oscar. He has a special Oscar that was given to him a couple of years ago now, or a year ago now, whatever it was. No, it wasn't last year. What the hell am I thinking? It was a while back. He got an honorary Oscar for his career, and yeah, we've seen all the time. Not always with composers, but with all sorts of people. Where they'll get an honorary Oscar, and then they'll come back a couple of years later, or down the line they'll win again. Spielberg with director has done that. I can't remember. Did they give him the honorary before Schindler's List or after? I think it was after, but I might be wrong. Feel free to correct me if you know it. Paul Newman, he got an honorary Oscar the year before he won for Color of Money, even. So, I'm trying to. Who else? There's another a couple big examples, but I'm blanking on them now. Morricone, I think, will join that crowd too. However, I would not be too shocked if John Williams picks this up for Star Wars. It's his first nominated Star Wars score in 32 years, and it would be his first win in 22, 23 years now since Schindler's List. So, yeah, he could win this thing, and it is his 50th nomination. So, yeah, that's lucky number 7 on his 50th. Might be a good number there. And then I do have Carol in third. I think it's between these three here, Carol, Star Wars, and Hateful Eight, because Carol too it has 6 nominations, but I don't know if it's going to win anything else. Like it's not up for it's up for costume, right? Yes, it is. Yeah. And I think that'll go to something else. It's not going to win screenplay. The actresses, I think, are both going to lose. And I don't think, what's the other? Cinematography. Yeah, I don't think it'll win cinematography. No way. It'll run into the buzzsaw of Revenant there. So this, and then it's also Carter Burwell, I think, is the composer here. Let me double check. Carter, I think this would be, is this his first nomination? I might be wrong. Hold on. Yeah, this looks like he was nominated for a Golden Globe a few years ago, but yeah, this is his first Oscar nomination, and he's been doing lots of good scores over the years. So I don't know, they might feel like rewarding him since it's his first. Well, actually, now that I think about it, you know what? Bridge of Spies is also up here too, and Thomas Newman, his 13th nomination, has yet to win for original score. And British again, like Carol, British Spies doesn't have a shot anywhere really. Like it's not. I don't think it's going to win production design. Probably not going to win for supporting actor. It's nope, not screenplay. And obviously, Best Picture's out. So yeah, it's okay. It's a 4-way race. I'll say that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick with Morricone though. Okay, moving on. Production design's up next. Yeah, I have Mad Max winning this one. I think it's Mad Max. Even though The Revenant did win that the Art Director Guild for whatever it was that it won its category there, I don't think it's in first place. I think it's or second place. I mean, I would rank it 4th or 5th actually. Actually, yeah, the way I have it ranked, I have The Danish Girl in second because I don't know why. I think yeah, Mad Max has this. Maybe not hands down, but I think it'll easily win that. Okay, then makeup and hairstyling. Mad Max, I think, will win this, but the Revenant could pick it off though for this category. I was kind of thinking here if I was doing a couple of changes here a few minutes ago, and I was trying to think, okay, should I put the Revenant down for how many more wins? That's a clue there. But no, I'm gonna stick with Mad Max on that one. And it'll probably win the Makeup Guild, and I don't think The Revenant was nominated there, so okay. Film editing. Okay, this is where I might be totally crazy. I might be completely nuts here, but I think Big Short and Mad Max are going to lose, and I think I have the Revenant to win here. Okay, now hear me out. The last 2 years at Ace Eddie, both of their picks for comedy and for drama have been wrong. They went with Boyhood over Whiplash last year, and I followed that off the cliff there, and then the year before that they went with Captain Phillips over Gravity and 12 Years a Slave, which I think was also up, and they both and that one, Captain Phillips, again, I followed them off the cliff. I am not following them off the cliff this time, no. I do think, yeah, definitely if Mad Max is in the race, I think it's third behind even The Big Short. Because The Big Short, it did pick up that editing win at, I think it was LA Critics, and that kind of got it on the map there. Yeah, so I could see The Big Short still winning this thing, but the two, I think, are in pretty fierce competition here. Plus, when you think about it, if those two start splitting votes, the Revenant, I think, will come up the middle there and win. Plus something else. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, costume design. I have Cinderella here, but not confidently predicted. If Carol's going to win anything, it'll be here, I think, for costume design or score, one of the two. But yeah, Danish Girl, I don't think so. Mad Max, probably not, unless we're wrong here and it does start sweeping all these tech awards. Let me double check. I think I have it winning 3 Mad Max. So yeah, that's not bad actually for a film. Yeah, I definitely think it'll come down to Cinderella and Carol here, and Mad Max I think only wins here if it starts sweeping like film editing. And a couple others. Like if it wins visual effects and stuff, then yeah, probably it'll come close at least there. Okay, then cinematography. Yeah, I think this is Revenant's all the way. There's no way Chivo's losing or winning. What the hell am I saying? There's no way he loses. Chivo, Emmanuel Lubezki has got this one. Okay, no changes in adapted or original screenplay. I still have, respectively, Big Short and Spotlight to win these. And no changes in the acting categories yet. I still have Vikander, Stallone, Larson, and DiCaprio here. And especially on DiCaprio and Larson, no chance whatsoever they lose. I mean, they have got this thing in the bag. Especially, I was really, and you can go back and watch, but I was almost convinced that Cranston might have had a shot at taking him down at SAG because they have a lot of TV people over at the Screen Actors Guild who vote too. And I was thinking they love Cranston a lot. They did give him quite a few. I don't know the number, but I think they gave him more than one Screen Actor award for his work on Breaking Bad. Yeah, so, but yeah, I think especially after Leo won that, he's got it. If you look back, I think I can't remember what the calculation is here. Let me. Crap! I pulled up the wrong thing. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna do the calculations here because I think between the 4 acting categories at SAG, they've only gotten. Let me double check this. Technically, only 3 wrong for Oscar winners. They did go with Benicio del Toro over Russell Crowe for Gladiator. Benicio del Toro for Traffic, but he won for supporting. So I don't know what to do with that. Anyways, but yeah, they've only been wrong 3 times in 22 years. So you do the math there. That's 19 divided by 22. That's an 86% accuracy rate. Yeah, Leo's got it. And then with Brie Larson too, when you look at it too, actress in a leading role at SAG has a pretty good track record too. Let's see, they've gotten 1, 2, as I'm counting here, 3. I'm seeing 5, 6, nice. Only 6 incorrect here. So that's 16 out of 22, 73%. That's not bad. Yeah, so that's yeah. Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna say those two are locked up, and I'm thinking Stallone probably has supporting actor, probably. Um, Really, I think his competition, his biggest competition, I mean to say, will be Mark Rylance. If the Academy just really does like Bridge of Spies more than we think, and they can't see it going home empty-handed, but I don't know. I beg to differ because look at American Hustle: 10 nominations and 0 wins, and Bridge of Spies only has 6. So yeah, I don't think so. And then Vic Hander, she's really on fire now after the SAG and Critics' Choice win. And like I said, she's going to have roughly the same trajectory that Lupita Nyong'o had 2 years ago. She lost the Globe, she lost BAFTA. Vic Hander's up in lead in BAFTA for The Danish Girl. She does have that supporting nomination for Ex Machina though, and she could win for that even. I'd say especially if Vic Hander wins for Ex Machina at BAFTA, she's 100% lock. If Kate Winslet wins, who I think between it'll I think it will come down to those three at BAFTA between Rooney Mara, Kate Winslet, and Alicia Vikander for Ex Machina at BAFTA. Um, Between those three, I would rank Rooney Mara first just by default, but Winslet, if Winslet does win the BAFTA though, that might be a bellwether for a couple of votes there, but I would still think Vic Hander. And plus, I kind of just realized this, and I said this in my SAG video too, but it kind of just dawned on me after she won there. Who directed The Danish Girl? Tom Hooper. His last 2 films have both taken home an Oscar in the acting category. Les Mis for Anne Hathaway, Colin Firth for The King's Speech, Vic Hander for The Danish Girl. Yeah, yeah, another one of his acting wins. Yeah, he's like the Jonathan Demme of this generation, it seems, where every time out of the bat, Oscar win for one of the actors at least. Even if it doesn't win picture, like Philadelphia, I don't think was even nominated, but Tom Hanks won. Okay, director, I have Iñárritu. Yep, after his win last night, I don't see anybody taking him down except George Miller or Adam McKay at this rate. McCarthy I have down in 4th place. Lenny Abrahamson, probably not, but yeah, if McKay wins BAFTA over Iñárritu, that would be pretty concerning for me because Iñárritu has an IOU from last year where he did not win for Birdman. They gave it to Linklater at BAFTA last year, and then Boyhood also won over Birdman for Best Picture at BAFTA. So they do have an IOU for Iñárritu. I think he wins there, plus the DGA, plus Globe. I didn't check this, I probably should have, but I don't think we've ever had a winner at the Golden Globe, at BAFTA, and at DGA who lost the Oscar. Because I think Ron Howard for Apollo 13, I would have to check this here. He might be the only one, actually. I'm going to check this real fast here just so I don't... If he does, then okay, maybe. Yeah, Mel Gibson won the Globe, so... Okay, that takes that out. And... Let's see, I would have to check here. The only other one I can think of right now is Ang Lee. He did win the Globe. He did win DGA, but I don't think he won BAFTA, did he? That might make me think for a minute here. Almost there. Shit, he did win. Crap. Okay. Yeah, then again, Soderbergh, though. And that year, there was a pretty strong thing there for Soderbergh with 2 nominations. Plus Ridley Scott. And man, this makes me think now. Okay, maybe he's not an absolute 100% lock, but I think with DJ, man, the cards are all on his side though. Yeah, okay. Okay, that gives me pause, but yeah, I'm thinking boy. Plus, you think about it too, he did win last year. So the Oscars might say, "Nah, we already gave you one." Plus, it wasn't just the directing one. He was also a producer on Birdman and a writer on Birdman. He won 3 times last year, and if he does win again, that's his fourth Oscar in the space of 12 months. God, that makes me, oh boy. Well, and yeah, George Miller does not have a BAFTA nomination. So, yeah, okay, I'm gonna stick with Inarritu on this one. Yeah, because McKay, I don't see McKay winning BAFTA, and at the moment, I don't see Mad Max being as much of a threat now with DGA over and Miller losing there. So he might only go home with a Critics' Choice Award for Best Director after everything is said and done here with the season. He lost the Globe and DGA now, so yeah. But he's already got an Oscar on his shelf, so yeah. Inarritu has 3 anyway. So okay, now here's something here. Back in August, I was on the Joy Train and to win Best Picture, I should say, and I stuck there until roughly the first week of December, and then the reviews started coming out, and I went ahead and said forget it, nope, and I jumped on the Revenant train, kind of just as a nah, I'm not feeling Spotlight yet. And yeah, and that was less than a week. And then I realized, okay, looking at the previous years, like in the screenplay categories, especially, is what I'm thinking here. Because we haven't seen, and we have to go back to uh, Midnight in Paris 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, was the last time that a Best Picture winner did not win its respective screenplay category. Birdman won over Grand Budapest Hotel, despite that winning BAFTA and the WGA. But Birdman, if it had been eligible at WGA, might have won that anyways. So okay. Argo won that one for adapted, and 12 Years a Slave won for adapted too. And then you go back, King's Speech won screenplay. Hurt Locker did that one, didn't it? Okay, crap. I know. I didn't think about that one. I think he did win, didn't he? Mark Bowl was the writer on that one. Let me triple check this. Didn't he win? Who could have beat him that year? Yeah, he did win. He did win. Okay. And then Slumdog Millionaire, that one screenplay. No Country for Old Men won. The Departed won. Crash won. Million Dollar Baby was the last one before that. So, looking at that, Spotlight and Big Short with their 2 screenplay wins there are tempting. And with those 2, I was starting to think, you know what? Without a screenplay nomination, because I didn't think Revenant was going to get in for screenplay, and I didn't have it in for screenplay at the Oscars for the nominations predictions, I said, you know what? I don't think so. Well, yeah, so then I got off the Revenant train and just stuck with the Spotlight train. And then I also thought about it and I said, you know what? We've had a pattern here the last few years where we'll have a year where something is declared, the front runner early out and they stay there and they win in the end. And we had that like Million Dollar Baby, or not, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong thing now. Sorry. Hurt Locker, we had that with The Artist, we had that with 12 Years a Slave. They all went on to win. A couple of them might have been challenged along the way, but they still won. But then we had like 2010 where we had Social Network to win for a long time, and then King's Speech came back and won. 2012, Argo was not immediately a front runner. I think we had like Les Mis, Silver Linings Playbook in there in the discussion, then Zero Dark 30, and then Lincoln, and then back to Argo. I think Argo might have had a couple of backers there at one early on, but then that came back and won. And then last year, Boyhood, until Birdman won PGA, and then everything turned over to Birdman. I'm starting to think that pattern's bust, and I'm going back on the Revenant train. Yep, you heard it here. I'm going with Revenant. Here's the thing. We haven't had a year. We haven't had a film really since going back to Hurt Locker, where we have a Best Picture winner take home a lot of awards. Like, sure, The Artist took home 5, and King's Speech took home, was it 5? I think 4 or 5, and Argo only took home 3. 12 Years a Slave only took home 3. Birdman last year took home 4, and Hurt Locker, I have to check this. Didn't that win 6 or 7? God, I just had it pulled up here. I should have kept it up. Never mind. Let's see here. I think it took home 6 or 7 here. I'll have to triple check this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it took home 6. All right. And let me count here. I have The Revenant for picture, director, actor. I have it for cinematography, film editing, and sound mixing. That's 6. Yeah, I'm going with that. And then when you look at it, though, with the exception of screenplay, which Revenant wasn't nominated for, they would be close to the same areas where Hurt Locker won as well. It won picture and director. It won one of the sound categories. Actually, it won both of the Hurt Locker did, but and then it won film editing too. So yeah, but cinematography could sub in for one of the sound categories, and actor could sub in for whatever else I'm missing. Or screenplay. There we go. So they'd have technical wins, director win, and acting win in place of screenplay for Revenant. I'm going to go ahead and say The Revenant for now. And I think with a BAFTA win too, that'll help out. It'll have it at that point. If it wins BAFTA, Golden Globe, DGA, and BAFTA behind it for top honors. And get this, I was talking yesterday about this split when the 3 major guilds, PGA, BGA, and SAG, all split between 3 different films. Look at the last 2 times this has happened, 2001 and 2004. Moulin Rouge wins PGA, SAG goes to Gosford Park, Beautiful Mind wins DGA, that's our Best Picture winner. 2004, Aviator wins PGA, SAG win goes to Sideways, DGA goes to Million Dollar Baby, Million Dollar Baby's our Best Picture winner. So this year we have Big Short, Spotlight, and The Revenant are 3 here, with Big Short going PGA win, Spotlight going SAG win, and now Revenant with DGA win. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That tells you the DGA, when they're right when these 3 splits happen. And these are it'll be now this 4th time that it's happened where we have all 3 go to different films. And yeah, 2 of those 3, whoever wins DGA wins Best Picture. But yeah, then look at 2000 though. PGA went to Gladiator, and that won the Globe, and that won Critics' Choice, and that won BAFTA. And evidently DGA didn't feel like giving it to Ridley Scott, and I don't think it was okay. It was nominated at SAG, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. And then plus, when you think about it too, and this was another thing that was keeping me on the Spotlight train here a week or 2 ago after it won SAG was, okay, look at in the history of the Screen Actors Guild with their Best Cast award, I think they call it Best Cast or Outstanding Cast, whatever it is. Only once since they've had that award have they has a Best Picture winner not at least been nominated there. Braveheart is the only Best Picture winner we've had since that category and the award show came up with SAG, where the Outstanding Cast nominees do not include an eventual Best Picture winner. So if that does happen, it's the first time in 20 years that's happened. Plus, it would be the first time that we have a Best Director winner back-to-back in 65 years. It'll also be the first time that a Best Picture winner, or the director's Best Picture, if it does win Best Picture, wins back-to-back, because How Green Is My Valley and Grapes of Wrath, John Ford, Grapes of Wrath lost to Rebecca, and Letter to Three Wives and All About Eve. Letter to Three Wives lost to all the I think it was All the President's Men was that year, or no sorry, All the King's Men. Sorry, not All the President's Men. That's a totally different. Okay, you get what I mean. But this has been a I was going to say crazy wild year. Somehow I combined that. Sorry, but this has been a wild year. We've had tricks up everybody's sleeve all season long, with The Martian and The Revenant coming back to win over Big Short and Spotlight at Golden Globes. Critics' Choice looked like it might have gone with, say, a Mad Max, and they went with Spotlight. And PGA were the clear, well, maybe not a clear front runner, but The Revenant and Spotlight were kind of duking that out, and Big Short came up the winner. And Big Short could have won SAG, but they went with Spotlight. And last night with DGA, it could have gone to Mad Max. It could have gone to The Martian with Ridley Scott, but they went with The Revenant. So, yeah, it's nothing is certain yet in director or picture at this point. I think the certain ones, if you're at home and you're a big gambler, the ones to really bet on and say this is what's happening. Nothing else can change unless we're going to have a gigantic Adrian Brody level surprise here. Our best actor for DiCaprio, best actress for Brie Larson, original screenplay for Spotlight. I'm not going to totally count out Room yet for adapted screenplay, but I think Big Short is in a much better position though. Cinematography for Revenant, and I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, if The Revenant does turn out to be our Best Picture winner, sound editing could go along for the ride. Actually, so could, maybe not production design, but so could makeup. I don't think costume design. I don't think Tom Hardy either. So Revenant could win if it is our Best Picture winner. I think the most it could win, Revenant, would be picture, director, actor, cinematography, editing, makeup and hairstyling if it goes along for the ride. It could win both the sound categories, so that's 8 wins. I don't think visual effects, but I'm not going to totally count it out either. I'll just settle on 8 and say, yeah, the most it can win is 8, maybe 9 if they do lean on it for visual effects. But I think Mad Max and Star Wars have a better shot. And yeah, so and plus another thing too that made me switch over, and this wasn't the deciding thing, but certainly something I can have in my back pocket. Last year, everybody was going to Boyhood, you know, up to PGA even. And the thing is, it only had 6 nominations. And if it was going to be our Best Picture winner, the most it could have won, again, we're going to be picture, director, supporting actress it had, maybe screenplay and maybe editing, so 5. And then this year with Big Short, I think it can only win picture. I don't think it has a shot now for director, or less of a shot, I should say, than it had. Screenplay, I don't think Christian Bale. Okay, Christian Bale could go along. That's 3, and then maybe editing would be 4. So there's that one there. And then Spotlight, if it does win this year, I think it can only win picture. And I don't see Tom McCarthy, and he's not nominated at BAFTA either. So I think he's done for the year, competition-wise, until the Oscars. And I don't see him going with Spotlight for director. It maybe Ruffalo could pull off a surprise win there, screenplay, and perhaps editing. I think the only one of the 5 nominees there for film editing that doesn't stand any shot whatsoever would be Star Wars. I do think, and then Spotlight had no presence at Ace Eddie for the drama category. So yeah, I think it's those 3 for film editing, and Spotlight with a tiny asterisk of just in case. But yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if I had to sum up anything here of what I'm trying to say, it's we don't know absolutely everything yet. We do know maybe a couple of things here and there, but we're not. But I'm starting to think I'm starting to think Revenant for picture, and I've got it predicted for now. I could change that if okay, with a couple of things that would make me change it. Number one, if Inarritu loses BAFTA, especially if he loses BAFTA, then I'm gonna really start considering well, number one, changing him, and then number two, also maybe leaning on somebody else for Best Picture. If Spotlight pulls off a win or Big Short pulls off a win for BAFTA, then I'll start to think about it more too. Yeah, so I might come back at myself a couple of weeks from now and say, "You fool! You had Spotlight." And plus, I went through the whole thing a couple of days ago of it's on the same trajectory as The Departed. It has one of the major guilds. It has Critics' Choice, loses everything else. But we knew going into the ceremony there that year with The Departed that Scorsese was going to win no matter what. We don't know for sure if Spotlight is going to win everything yet, or that it's going to win for Best Picture yet. We don't know for sure if it's going to win supporting actor. I think screenplay is a lock at this point. But yeah, and that plus when you think about it too, if it did win picture, Spotlight did. It would only take screenplay along for certain. If it surprised us and Ruffalo came along, then okay, 3 wins. But it would only for sure have 2 wins if it did win Best Picture, and that would be, I think, screenplay would be automatic on that one. And I think we have to go back to the 50s with other people have been pointing this one out, and I've been hearing about it too. Greatest Show on Earth only had picture, and who was the other winner? What else did it win? It wasn't. I don't think it was screenplay, was it? Best story. Okay, yeah. So a version of best screenplay, in other words. Yeah. Okay. So, and that it would be the same categories as Spotlight, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Revenant, it's got more. It's got tons of nominations, which is what Birdman had. It has across the board support from the technical side, from the acting side, director. Obviously, it doesn't have screenplay, but that's okay. You know, Titanic didn't have screenplay. Sound of Music didn't have screenplay. That had tons of nominations. So yeah, I think we would lean more. I think more on Titanic and Sound of Music to support that one. Yeah. This whole thing is nuts. It could go. It's still not decided. So, anyways, okay. Enough of my blubbering and not blubbering. Sorry, I'm not crying here. Blabbering. That's what I mean to say. Yeah. Enough of this. We're we're not certain of anything yet. I'll get a final BAFTA prediction video up sometime this week, going into the ceremony, and then that'll be next Sunday. And then we're 2 weeks away, and then we'll have the rest of the guilds all happen within that next week there. And then I think WGA is this coming Saturday, so we'll settle that for sure and see if anybody like a Room or I think did Straight Outta Compton get a screenplay nomination at WGA? I don't think it did, but if it did, then maybe that could go somewhere. Or if an Ex Machina wins that screenplay category at WGA, maybe, but. Yeah, I can't remember what was nominated at WGA, but yep, I think that'll absolutely solidify everything in the screenplay categories there if Big Short and Spotlight win, which I have projected to happen. So yeah, so I'll get final BAFTA predictions video coming, and also a final Oscar predictions video eventually. And if we do have some big developments at BAFTA, then I'll do another change, and I'll look at everything and decide on stuff like that. So, okay. Till next time then, guys.